Elias had always carried a quiet fear that time was slipping away from him faster than he could ever hope to catch it. A constant pressure he never admitted out loud, but felt deeply every morning when his alarm forced him awake, and every night when he collapsed into bed without having moved even an inch closer to the life he actually wanted. At 32, his days blended into one another. Long hours spent in a job that drained him, evenings swallowed by exhaustion, and dreams buried in folders labeled later, eventually, or when I finally have time, even though part of him knew he might never reach that perfect moment he kept waiting for. One late night, technically early morning, Elias sat slumped over his cluttered desk, surrounded by empty cans, blinking spreadsheets, and a business plan he had rewritten so many times that he no longer believed in any version of it. His head slowly drooped forward as the exhaustion finally won, and though he didn't feel himself falling asleep, he definitely felt where he woke up. A cold breeze brushed his face. He opened his eyes, and the room was gone. He stood inside a subway station, frozen in time, the air glowing with an unreal, bluish stillness. A train sat at the platform with its doors stuck halfway open, lights caught mid-flicker. A man carrying a briefcase was suspended mid-stride, his foot hovering above the tiled floor. Snowflakes hung in the air like delicate pieces of glass, unmoving and silent, as if the entire world had been paused between one heartbeat and the next. Elias's breath hitched. "Hello," he called out, but the word echoed in a place that wasn't designed to answer. Then he heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, echoing through the frozen silence. A man stepped into view, his tall frame wrapped in a dark coat, his posture steady and confident in a way Elias had never felt himself to be. The man's face emerged from the shadows, and Elias froze completely. He was staring at himself, older, sharper, stronger, still him, but refined by years and decisions Elias had not yet lived through. "Don't panic," the future version of him said with a calmness that only made Elias panic more. "We don't have much time," ironically. Elias laughed nervously. Funny choice of words. Future Elias smirked. "You're not hallucinating. You're not dead. Think of this as an overdue intervention." They walked through the frozen station together, the older version of Elias occasionally brushing his fingers across the suspended air as if checking the stability of this strange, paused world. After a long moment, he turned toward Elias with a look that was firm but not unkind. "You've been begging the universe for more time," he said. "You keep saying you'll start when things calm down, when work gets better, when you feel ready. What you don't realize is that all this time, you've been waiting for a moment that never comes on its own." Elias looked around the frozen station, swallowing hard. "So time just stopped?" "No," future Elias corrected. "It stopped for you, because you needed to finally see what your life actually looks like when you keep waiting." He raised his hand, and suddenly the station flickered with images, moments Elias had forgotten or ignored. Entire nights spent scrolling aimlessly, weeks lost to anxiety, months wasted rewriting plans instead of executing them, years that vanished into someday. Each moment flashed like a small but painful spotlight on the time he allowed to slip through his fingers. Elias felt his chest tighten. "Stop, please." His future self looked at him with a mixture of disappointment and empathy. "You think you need more time, but what you truly need is to take back the time you keep giving away." Then the older version of him reached into his coat and pulled out an old silver pocket watch, scratched and dented as though it had survived decades of rough handling. He placed it into Elias's hands, and Elias nearly dropped it from the sheer unexpected weight. "Why is it so heavy?" he whispered. Future Elias sighed softly. "Because every minute trapped inside that watch is a minute you wasted, every hour drowned in doubt, every day lost to fear, every year you spent waiting to be ready." Elias stared at the watch, feeling sick. the reality of its weight pressing into his palms. "I didn't know," he murmured. "You weren't supposed to," his older self said gently, "but now you do." The station suddenly trembled. Lights flickered. The train shuddered. Time was beginning to fight against the stillness, trying to restart. Future Elias placed both hands on Elias's shoulders and looked him dead in the eyes. "You won't remember every detail of this moment, but you will remember this weight, this feeling, and that alone will be enough to change everything if you let it." The pocket watch cracked open, releasing a bright, burning light that swallowed the station whole. Elias covered his face, stumbled backward, and gasped awake at his desk. The room was exactly as he left it. The clock on the wall read 02:17. His coffee was cold. His laptop buzzed quietly, but his hands remembered the weight. Elias stood up, heart racing, but mind clearer than it had been in years. This time, he didn't plan. He didn't wait. He didn't try to make everything perfect. He simply started. He rebuilt his business idea from scratch. He reached out to people he had been scared to contact. He made decisions quickly instead of endlessly analyzing them. It wasn't flawless, and it wasn't smooth, but it was real, and it was forward. Within months, the plan became a business. Within a year, the business became his future. And every so often, especially at 02:17, Elias would pause in the quiet glow of his office, slip his hand into his pocket, and swear he could still feel the ghost weight of that heavy silver watch, reminding him that time had always been there. He had just needed to stop wasting it.